Hello, we're going to discuss today the rocket stove. The history of it comes out during the Second World War in Poland, where the people found themselves without the availability of cooking, with the lack of oils and that during the war, and the cost of wood was quite expensive. And so they developed a stove that would burn hotter and more efficient than anything that was on the market at the time. It only takes a small handful of sticks to be able to cook with it. And there's different techniques and ways of using it. And this is the one that they had developed, was using a large flour container, beans. They used to have a lot of these in the older days. I don't see so many of these on the market today, but you could use a metal 5-gallon would work. They take the can itself, cut the lid off of the top so that it was removed, and then flatten yourself about 2 inches in height. You cut out a hole large enough to sustain an elbow of a stovepipe. It's about a 4 inch elbow. And then because the elbow has to extend up about 2 inches below the top, you get another pipe and cut off a small piece of it so that you can put the two together after you've put this down inside. It comes out through the hole. Now you put this on and it's completed for the inside. Then you can put just dirt, rocks, or phragmite, some light material in the side on the bottom, and fill the sides after we get the pipe put in, so that gives it all that insulation. And when it's assembled, with this coming out within here, you made a unit that was placed on top so it would allow air to go underneath and give it a better airway flow to create more heat. That was your deal for your fire was built on this, and then the heat goes inside. You could fill it clear up inside of the pipe itself. That did go clear all the way through. That's the stove, or the wood burning portion of it. And then I found an old refrigerator grill. I cut it down to size and bent it over so it felt nicely on here. Or you can drill holes through the sides. They used hangers, but the problem with hangers, well, this is not a hanger. This is a regular high metal rod, or welding rods. They hold a lot more temperature, where the hanger is too light of a metal, and as it gets real hot and the weight of the pan on it, they will sink inward. But for a small short run, it would be all right, but for something this large, you need a stronger grill. And so I found an old refrigerator grill, a shelf, and I just cut it down to build it into a top, putting my pans and things for cooking with. The unique thing of it is that it's so efficient. Now, you can make a smaller one. This is for a large group. This one is for a family size, and it's built the same way, but this has been filled up with phragmites and insulation material. And this is the same thing that the larger one has. Fits in here. In this case, I've used a number 10 can and a tomato can, and then the can about size a can of corn or beans comes in, and it's been it made it into an elbow. then I also reduced it smaller for camping size. So you can just go out with a one-man stove. And it takes very little bit to bring water or to cook anything in this pan or on the stove. I built the units with one size hooked over. I did that so it makes it so I can disassemble it and make new ones. This one's missing one, so it's normal. There's more to it than just this, but these are the basic stove that we're going to give a little more demonstration on how to go about building it and put it together so that you can have a camping stove for little next to nothing. They sell this same principle. No, not, excuse me. Yeah, they do the same principle. I've noticed on logs. They'll take and drill through a log and then drill back in with a little bit of hole to meet the hole, so you got that elbow, just a wooden log. And I understand if you used a green log and hollowed it out, it would last for weeks, but eventually it's going to burn out. So I couldn't believe when I seen them making them out of just one piece of a log that size. But they still worked. They did the same thing. What you're doing, literally, is cooking over your chimney. You take a standard stove, you heat the steel up, and you put your cooking utensils on this heated steel. A lot of great heat has gone up the chimney. Gone. This way, you're cooking with the heat. There's another step that I haven't gotten out yet that makes this even